when I was editing this song part, I sat here and like hit play, sat back and just watched the whole entire performance, and then kept it going. And I was like,
great.
"Oh shit, I forgot I was editing."
Dude, it
sucked
the best.
me in.
Like, how could you not?
It sucked me in. It sucked me off. It's a good song, man.
Man, I don't know what music app you use, but it's better than mine.
All right. I
dance. Fuck you.
I was looking at my notes, which I just have like the horror news, and I hit control like copy paste, or I hit paste, and something weird just came up, like a walkthrough for Pokemon. That I don't even remember copying like any of these words. I don't look up guides or anything, so I don't know what the fuck just got posted. Like, I got to go to Route 20. But it doesn't matter.
Route 20 is that like the original game?
It looks like it, but I don't know why, because I don't look up guides. There's no way I looked up this information and copied it.
You refuse to, even when you're stuck. Like, you refuse to fucking do it.
I'm so confused. I should probably delete it. There's no way. Whatever.
All right.
I'm good.
Whenever you're good, count it down, man.
3, 2, 1. Up.
Calling all killers, this is the Kings of Kill podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Zach.
I'm Steven.
Together we are the Kings of Kill, bringing to you the show dedicated to the love of all things horror. This week we've got another rated R request from our killer fans. Steve, please announce to the world what we're talking about today.
Red State.
Red State, that is right. But before we get started, do us a huge favor. Head on over to kingsofkill.com. That's our official website. There you can make your very own request. It's absolutely free, easy to do. While you're there, do a little shopping. We got some new merch. We dropped some new merch. The merch is not Arizona iced tea. If that's what you're, if you're watching us on the tube view, just special cans, just a skull on it. Arizona, hit us up. Collaboration. Gonna be big.
Do it. It's good tea.
How's New Year's, man?
Great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. Someone had a rough one.
No one knows.
No one knows. Very good. I've seen Red State a million times, but the weird thing about it though is that we can't find it anywhere. Like, it's not
streaming anywhere.
What happened was the reviews were dismal. It made zero money, and Kevin Smith just bought it from like everyone. It went up to a public auction. He actually purchased the rights to the film for $20. How sad is that? Came out in 2011, rated R, 128 minutes long, directed and written by Kevin Smith, which you wouldn't really. He went on like a year or two of like a straight horror tirade.
It was pretty crazy.
I'm not really sure what
he's still on. I'm still waiting for the Moose Jaws.
Yeah, I'm real excited about that. Real excited about
moose?
That. It was.
Jaws.
It was originally released September 30th, 2011. Filmed in the U.S., filmed in L.A. A budget of only $4 million. That's nothing for this caliber. It's what I don't understand about the budget is, like, how did you afford all of these actors?
Dude, I don't know. He had like a $5,000 budget for special effects.
Yeah, that's all.
What?
$5,000. and basically it all went to blood, like not even basic makeup. All went to blood. Opening weekend, it made $200,000. That's it. It went on to gross worldwide less than $2 million. This was a huge flop.
Doesn't make sense.
You
would think like, oh man, Kevin Smith's doing a horror movie. I have to check this out. He made Clerks and everything. It's probably going to be good.
When this came out, Kevin Smith was boycotting critics. He was just sick of them. He was over it. He wanted to let people review it. And he was so mad about the Westboro Baptist Church, who were, acclaimed awful motherfuckers, boycotting this and trying to ruin it, that he literally put it on pay-per-view. He's like, here you go.
Yeah, they picketed his movie premiere, and he joined them as a joke.
He joined them, but he also brought an entourage of fans, because Kevin Smith fans,
which they outnumbered the church.
Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't seen this, we'll put it up on the website. Again, you're not going to be able to stream it. We'll put a link, though. It is kind of hard to find, but it definitely deserves a watch. The premise is these kids find a hooker,
local bad boys,
that they want to run a train on, which sounds awful. Hey, bro, what are you doing tonight? You want to...
Normal teen shenanigans.
That is not normal teen shenanigans. It's a trick. It's a ruse by a local church that believes end times are near, and the only way to repent to big guns upstairs is to just murder motherfuckers they disagree with.
It's like Heaven's Gate all over again.
It's a doozy, but I thought it was executed well. So how Kevin Smith wrote this is that he watched a documentary about what the Westboro Baptist Church leaders did to a gay guy at a local town bar. They murdered him. It's terrible. And their excuse was, well, in the eyes of the Lord, it's not cool.
Did they get away with that?
They didn't get away with it, but it wasn't considered terrorism or a hate crime, because back then when it happened, gay bashing wasn't a hate crime yet. So,
oh my God.
So, nowadays, that would be considered terror. That would be considered
super hate crime,
right? But then it was like, he died. We're not sure who did it. Man, it was wild. So Kevin Smith's Kevin Smith's friend made a documentary about this. Smith was blown away by it. Did some research. Started writing this. And the cool thing about it is, every time he started writing, and he felt like it was stale or predictable, he would stop writing and just 360 left-hand turn, just go nuts. And you could tell that because every couple of beats of the movie, you're like, well, what's happening now?
Yeah, there's a lot of
things.
Yeah, it slows down really, almost to a halt, and then it just speeds back up. It's almost like Tarantino-ish in a way.
When this movie came out, it was Tarantino's favorite film of the year.
That's true. Yeah, I see that. I see a lot of Tarantino in this movie.
Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, Kevin Smith all had this very heavy dialogue-driven normal day that just happens to have crazy events style of making a movie. And they nail it
every time.
They really do. Kevin Smith nails it least of that group, I would say.
Yeah. I take back, they nail it every time. Kevin Smith?
In my opinion, Kevin Smith, the original Clerks, Red State, are fantastic films that need to be seen by a mass audience. I think Clerks has plenty of acclaim now, but Red State doesn't.
It took me a while to like Clerks over Clerks 2, but because I love Clerks 2, but Clerks 1 is obviously better. But
the only Clerks that works for me, is 1. It's the only one that works. Everything else,
I mean, I like Chasing Amy.
Well, it's because everything else is literally, they're just doing repeats. He's remaking his own films. He's remaking scene by scene sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's just a little dry. I like I think he's great with dialogue. I think he's great at making crazy events happen on a normal day. He's great at conveying shitty things, emotional things, but as if you're really having a decent conversation with someone, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I dislike a single one of his films. I know a lot of people don't like Jersey Girl. Like Ben Affleck doesn't even like Jersey Girl. I like Jersey Girl. They thought that was a good father-daughter movie.
It had a lot of potential. Well, I don't like that Yoga Hoosers. That was garbage.
I thought it was fun, but I didn't see it enough to like really enjoy it because I watched it in like a loud setting, and I just watched it once and was like, oh, that was fun. But I never like sat down like Johnny Depp, like, wow, he's cool. Wow, he's in it. Who cares? But
it was like Johnny Depp's worst role, which he reprised because that's the same role he did.
Johnny Depp's worst role. Come on, Willy Wonka.
I don't think that's his worst role.
That was just a bad choice.
It wasn't that. It was a bad choice, but who else is going to take that help? Who else is going to try that?
Timothy Chalamet now. Or is it Chalamet? Clamato? Clement?
Is it Clamato? Is it a beer beverage? I don't know.
Timothy Beer Beverage?
That's his official name. Speaking of names, let's get into this. Michael Parks. Wow.
So convincing as a cult leader. My God. I was almost going to call him up and be like, can I join? But, you know.
Hey Mikey. So he convinced you?
He convinced me. I'm going to join this church.
He plays Abin Cooper. He plays the leader of what I think in the film it's called like the 5 Points Church, right?
5 Points, yeah.
Yeah. He was so convincing. And actually Kevin Smith saw his performance as the sheriff in From Dusk Till Dawn and was like, that's the guy.
In fact, he wrote this movie and said, I'm not going to do it if you don't even be in this movie. Yeah.
So good.
Better fucking do it.
John fucking Goodman.
Dude, Johnny B. Goodman. So good in this movie.
He plays the lead ATF agent, Joseph Keenan. Man, he was absolutely astounding. And the reason Michael Parks and John Goodman were so incredible, and I have no idea how they got these two talents, especially John Goodman alone, with a $5 million budget. Like $5 million's Goodman's paycheck. Like, I don't know how this is possible.
Yeah, he sniffed that up in Roseanne.
It was oh, man. All right, I'll give it to you. Wow. John Goodman is a fantastic actor. He's so good at understating things. He's good at comedy. He's good at he's like one of the most believable dads of all time. He just does a fantastic job. Line delivery is astounding. And how Michael Parks and John Goodman were so captivating is Kevin Smith gave him the script and said, if you need to change something, change it. I'm letting you drive the seat on your characters. I'm not giving you notes. Read the script, develop it. Let's see what happens. So literally, Michael Parks and John Goodman were like directing themselves, besides blocking
That's
shots.
So crazy.
And it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. And this was at like the height of John Goodman's like weight. This is when he started dramatically losing all of his weight. You notice that? So. Like this is the line. Like after this, he was like MMA or snowboarding to lose his weight. I don't know what he did, but dude, that guy is a terrifying man.
He's like that King of Queens movie. Here Comes the Pain.
Here Comes the Boom. King of Queens movie. Fucking Kevin James as a MMA fighter trained by Boss Rutan himself. It's so
right after doing Mall Cart. Well, Paul Blart getting fit now,
dude.
Actually, I've heard Kevin James is pretty skilled when it comes to martial arts and stuff.
My God, I don't even want to think about that.
Oh my God! All right, speaking of martial arts and not so skilled, as in a goddamn liar, Steven Seagal. I was cruising the interwebs, and I saw the best band name ever, Steven Seagal, and that's the band name.
Oh my God, must be a Flock of Seagulls cover band.
Oh, it might be.
Maybe. That'd be cool as fuck.
Are they still doing their thing? I just remember what's that song? Like Sexy Soft or something like that?
What? Flock of Seagulls? They do like Iran, So Far Away.
Well, I'm a fucking idiot. There's a band. God damn it! It's like a British joke band. I'm a fucking moron.
British
So
joke
glad
band.
we're live.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, that's the British joke band. You son of a bitch. I'm finding it right now. Bear with us, folks. Steven, thanks for filling time.
Yeah.
Nope.
So John Goodman is just so intimidating.
I'm never doing that again. I just typed in sexy socks and all sorts of weird shit came up. Oh god. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a joke song about trying to like get laid and like you're down to everything except your socks are still on.
It sounds like something Jimmy Fallon would have made off of his Off the Wall or Bathroom album that came out years ago. I don't really know.
Someone write in. Don't Google sexy socks.
I'm not gonna Google sexy socks. But what do I keep saying? John Goodman, intimidating. Fucking my god. Cloverfield Lane? No, I won't even talk to that fucker. So scary. But he could be like the nicest guy, like in Roseanne or something.
Here's
so a life lesson.
He's so convincing. Yeah, John Goodman, man, what a treasure.
Like when he's yelling at Stephen Root. That shit was so terrifying when Stephen Root just offs one of the dudes.
Stephen Root is one of like a gem of Hollywood that gets no love. I love him.
Yeah.
He always
him and
delivers.
Get Out, amazing.
Especially like him doing the fantastic. Yeah, but him playing the closeted sheriff.
Yeah. Yeah.
How perfect is that
he
in this scenario?
Lets off a shot, kills somebody, and like John Goodman just gets right in his face, and it is so fucking scary.
He grabs him by the ear.
Yeah. Yeah. And Stephen Root like actually trips up on his feet, and that's an accident. He said
nice.
Afterward, he said it was so intimidating that John Goodman yelled in his face that Kevin Smith kept it in the final cut. Amazing.
Can you imagine the range to have drama at your core, intensity on one side, and the other side to have like Fred Flintstone? Like what?
Right? And that's just so good at it.
Man.
It's terrifying. And like speaking of leaving in the final cut, so this movie was like filmed in like 25 days or something.
Very fast.
A red camera. So he edited it as he was shooting. So on the last shot, I guess he had a final cut right there and showed everybody like as they wrapped up.
God, that's so
like,
cool. What a sweet
that's
way to
genius.
Wrap. How's that possible?
Wrap party and then they just show the whole film. What?
I love Kevin Smith's writing. I like his ideas, but I just wish he got some help with cinematography. He's not skilled with angles or lenses or any of that stuff. When he did Cop Out, which was garbage, like even Bruce Willis is famous for like saying, "You gonna fucking change the lens, bro? We're doing a different shoot." And he's like, "Yeah, what do you recommend?" Like, if that's your weakness, hire someone, man. Get a director of photography that's gonna help you out, because every shot is the same distance from everyone's face. It's just every shot,
and it's got the same filter on it.
Yeah,
pretty much. Like every scene is pretty much really dark.
Yeah,
like this movie, man. The shadows, my God, on people's faces, like holy shit.
Can you imagine if this was an old TV? It would just be like just layers of purple, like
exactly. That's exactly what I was picturing while we're having this conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it would look like.
But besides, I don't want to say lazy angles because it was well edited, but like an incompetence when it comes to cinematography. And I don't mean that as like an insult, but like let's face it, look at every
terrible here, but
it works here because it's cut so fast. But if you look at like every stoner movie he's made, it's all the same wide shot with no zooms, no moves. It's just like every movie is like 6 shots. Just everything's still.
It's wild. Yeah, because in Clerks 1, they're on top of the roof playing hockey, and it's just the widest shots, like the whole scene. But I mean, you're filming a whole movie in one store, so everything's gonna be a wide shot, nothing close up.
Then again, a movie that did that really well was Reservoir Dogs. A lot of the warehouse scene is just one shot.
Yeah,
and there's so much dialogue, you're not bothered by it. But yeah, this is a dialogue heavy movie, and it's like all of his films. You got to focus, otherwise you're not gonna know what's going on because it's driven by dialogue. Even with all the crazy action.
If you could sit still in church the entire time and then afterward go to like a restaurant with your family or something, like it just you sit there for long enough and then it just goes crazy.
If Michael Parks is leading that sermon, I don't know if anybody's standing still.
Dude, it's so terrifying. Like, what is it, 20 minutes of dialogue of him just preaching and then shit just Tarantino's itself out?
It gets wild. It gets wild. Like when it goes off, it's nuts. I do wish Kevin Smith would have used his original idea, but he said it was impossible with the budget.
Yes.
You know what his ending was going to be?
Yes.
All right. Big spoilers. So far, we haven't spoiled anything, which is pretty sweet somehow.
I mean, everybody should see this movie for sure. I fucking love this.
KingsofKill.com. We'll put a link to it. You got to check it out. Give Kevin Smith some loves. He deserved it. He worked his ass off on this film and did it basically for no money. Just took an L. And that's sad. Like, this movie deserves some praise.
It really does.
It's heavy. It's intense. But man, is it worth a view. The original idea was to have Ben Affleck Dogma style show up. Well, first off, like, when the sirens go off.
We didn't even talk about Dogma, how great that movie is. Holy shit, what a cast. Go on.
That I don't even know how he got that ensemble to work. You know what I mean? But
you gotta let us more set, man.
So his original idea was when the sirens go off at the end, John Goodman sees everyone's hearts exploding and heads flying everywhere from what's left of the Westboro Baptist Church. The 5 Points Church.
Same thing.
No correlation whatsoever. And then his own fellow ATF guys, same thing happened, and he freaks out, and the siren's blaring, and he just ducks down. And they they switch to a POV angle, which is the only switch angle in the whole movie. And like let in some light as if he's blinking open. It shows John Goodman looking up, and you see the leader, Michael Parks of the 5 Points Church, being run through by a giant winged being who we wanted Ben Affleck to do. And he looks over at John Goodman, goes, flies away. You see his wings, and you see the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse run across the sky. That was the original ending.
That's like, this is the end. This is fucking crazy. That would have been so like, that would have threw everything serious about the movie away.
If you could have, I think, well, yeah, maybe you're right, because John Goodman's interview at the end was ecstatic, brilliant performing, because he's so solemn and he's so upset. And he's not sure if he's in trouble or if he did the right thing or what's even happening. He's so disappointed.
Oh, dude, that scene when they're interviewing him, amazing.
Oh,
man, love that scene.
It ends so fantastic.
Sweep it John Goodman. Rug. Fuck him.
No awards either. No awards to either Michael Parks or John Goodman for those amazing roles. Come on, Hollywood.
This was deserved, actually, for Johnny B. Goodman, for sure.
I think that ending would have worked. I really think it would have worked. I know it's grandiose, but if you could not digitize it and do it to scale.
It could have worked. I just thought it would be a little more distracting than how serious the movie is. But then again, you made Tusk like years later, and look how ridiculous that fucking thing was.
Tusk is a trip. Tusk would have been really, really good if the pacing wasn't messed up. Like, he kept doing too much Tarantino dialogue.
I think so, yeah. It was like an hour of something, and then 10 minutes of the ending, and then
and like it was just every 5 minutes there was a 4-page monologue. It was good, but if that pacing wasn't messed up, it would have been astounding. It would have been so original. He came up with that idea, joking around on his podcast.
That's so wild. It had Justin Long and the boy from Sixth Sense, Joe Osment or whatever. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Who looks the
same.
Check
that movie out too.
He's 4 feet taller. I don't know how that's possible. Kevin Smith is a mixed bag, but when he's on point, he's got a style and he makes it work, you know?
Yeah.
I think a lot of his stuff is mostly just fan service, you know?
I think so,
a lot of his stuff is just like gifts to his fans and people shit on it.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's aiming for like super popularity. He's not trying to make a blockbuster.
He's making movies for himself.
Like he's doing Clerks 3. Like I'm so excited for that. I liked the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, even though I know it wasn't that great. Jokes are the same. It's just a reboot of his own film.
It's nostalgia for you.
It is, yeah, it is fun.
Yeah. It doesn't work for me, but if it's nostalgia, that's the whole point. He's saying thank you for watching Clerks 1 still.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's good.
A lot of people hate Zach and Marie make a porno, but I thought I just like Kevin Smith, I think.
It's fun for a single watch. It's not really rewatchable. You know, it gets kind of stale. Yeah. But that's, to me, besides Clerks in this movie, all of his films do that because they're all sort of the same crude humor, simple, like he's writing for
same
teenagers.
cast.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has
it's fine.
His wife.
But then again, I could say the same thing about Tarantino, and I eat up every single Tarantino film.
Right.
You know?
Same cast, like, every time. But, I mean, a lot of actors... A lot of directors are actually starting to do that more. I feel
look at Edgar Wright and then his trio, right? His Shaun of the Dead crew.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like Edgar Wright has more of the crew more than his actors in his movies.
Which totally makes sense. Or look at Christopher Nolan. I mean, it's been how many movies of him using his favorite actors?
Yeah, it's true. And fucking Composer.
I think when you get to a point where you have a following and work well with people, you can request people and they'll be like, oh yeah.
You do like two good big movies that everybody loves. You're like, all right, you're in my crew now.
Or if you ever were on SNL with Adam Sandler, you're just in every single movie with him.
Exactly. So I was watching Hercules, the Disney movie.
As Zero to Hero.
As I
like
do.
That.
And
I know one does.
I always thought John Goodman was the voice of Zeus, but it's totally fucking not. Like I didn't just learn this. Like I learned this a long time ago, but like growing up and stuff.
Like John Goodman.
I thought it was Rip Torn or Rip Torn. I always thought it was John Goodman. They have the same booming voice that I would be terrified to be around.
Goodman does have a good voice. He makes a really good narrator. One of my favorite John Goodman lines. Every time I think of John Goodman, I just think of that Blues Traveler song at the beginning of Roseanne. What doesn't kill you make it stronger. Oh, it's so good. But one of my favorite lines of him all time is actually from, believe it or not, Flintstones. When it's a combination of two things. When he's like, sorry, I'm late for work, he throws his foot up on the desk and says, picked up a nail, and there's just a spike in his toe.
It's ridiculous. If you watch it now, you're like, holy shit. Who is this cast? Halle Berry's in it? Rick Moranis?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rosie O'Donnell? Guy from Twin
Another
Peaks?
great line. Yeah, that star-studded cast featuring Rosie O'Donnell. No one ever said ever.
It's like a league of their own out there.
But no, my favorite line ever is when he's eating a steak and Barney's like, hey, you got to take it easy on that red meat. Stuff will kill you. He's like, nonsense. My dad ate red meat every day of his life, lived to a ripe old age of 38. I'm like, God damn it, I love that line.
So good, as they look like 40. Except for Rick Moranis. That guy looks like he's 16 in that movie.
He really does. He really does. Got a baby face.
Dude, I bet that whole budget was on the Olsen twin. Because weren't those kids... that shit was like hella popular for them, so they were probably like cost hella money to like...
Plus like
that one.
Everything... All these amazing handmade, the vehicles, the stones, the dinosaurs, everything's practical.
The theme park at the end. I always wanted to go there as a kid. But you know what? It didn't fucking happen. Dream shattered. My Wally World.
Poor guy. Wally World is Walmart. What?
No, isn't Wally World? Well, yeah, but... What's the fucking
your
theme park?
Second dream park beside the Flintstones was Wally World.
Isn't Wally World the fucking name that they call on vacation? The vacation movies?
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is.
And I just thought our parents called it Wally World. And I just was like, oh yeah, Walmart's Wally
World. Where
World.
Wally World comes from?
I want to say yeah, but I gotta fucking look this up.
Wow. Oh man. Hey, what would you give us a live rating for
It's
every
Wally
single?
World.
Oh, it is. No
The
way.
vacation movies say
No way.
it's
That's how
Wally
Walmart
World.
got nicknamed.
I
That is
I wonder if
absolutely
that's
amazing.
That's fucking funny.
Give it up. That's for your research live on the spot, sir. I'm looking up sexy socks. You just solved the mystery lifelong.
Sexy socks, Wally World.
Is that the title of the episode? I think we just did it.
Wearing sexy socks at Wally World in a red state.
No one.
Okay,
I've never seen sexy socks at Wally World. Let me tell you, in a red state.
In a red state.
God damn it.
The rating's tough for me on this one because I want to give it a 4, but I know it's probably a 3.5.
That's not a bad rating, though.
I'm going to go with 3.75 Slim Fast for John Goodman at a 5 with a side of tofu salad because he's got to watch his weight, and this is when he starts losing it. So
nonsense.
But this movie is very good. If you could sit in church,
do a rifle age of 38.
If you like Tarantino films and could sit through church, I guess check this out.
I like that. This isn't a good pro church movie. I don't know if you can
sit through a sermon and then go party afterwards. That's what this movie is, I guess.
Or just watch this movie because you get the sermon, just crack a beer because you're gonna need it.
True. That's true.
I think this movie is so unfortunately underrated. I wish it got love. I totally get why Kevin Smith is like, fuck you. No one's reviewing it. I'm buying it myself. It's on pay-per-view. Enjoy it. Steal it for the internet. Yeah. I totally get it. Because imagine all the hate he's getting from the picketers from the Westboro Baptist Church who are just vicious and out of their goddamn mind. Not to mention critics shitting on it left and right. He probably just
a lot
like,
of homophobic slurs thrown out in this movie too, so he's probably getting shit for that. There's a lot of things said.
And for the first time, it's not from him making like crude stoner humor. It's literally like really hateful stuff. You know, it's
it's a lot of hate speech in this.
It's
not not like heavy, but there's a lot. Probably like 20.
If you can stomach it though, it's so worth it. It's the story really takes off. Left and right turns very dramatically throughout the entire thing, and John Goodman sealing the deal. You got to watch this movie. We'll throw it up on the website. You got to check it out. Kevin Smith, you outdid yourself. I mean, this was not a Mallrats 13 by any leap or bound. This movie was nuts. Really surprising.
No, it's amazing. Fucking watch it. That's all I got to say about that.
That's the best ad you've ever done for the website.
I got some horrible news.
Oh, no. Having such a good time talking about sexy socks.
So recently and November, The Rock will not be joining Fast and Furious 10. So, sorry everyone for releasing that information, but he won't be in the series finale.
No.
Or franchise finale?
Stop.
All right, so
no, but why this is painful is because Steven's actually upset that
one
of his boy toys isn't in the Fast 85th finale.
He said he didn't want to fucking do it. It just sucks because he was in like fucking 5 of them. 4. No, 5. Spin-off.
What's sad is that you can say fucking 5 and there's still double that in terms of Fast movies.
He was in half of them. 5 of them. Actual horror news. Last Night in Soho is going to be released on Blu-ray, 4K, and all that jazz. January 14th.
Ooh!
So that's
you don't have to wait. You can rent it from kingsofkill.com
or rent it. Out. Yeah, that too.
You son of a bitch.
I don't have any fucking horror news that's good.
The best ad ever.
Yeah, I don't have any more horror news.
That's all good.
I did ask a question.
Are we gonna? You want to? Yeah, you got a question for us?
I asked. Well, last week I asked fucking top three movies of all of 2021.
Pretty scary question.
Any movie, like not just horror.
Oh, I thought it was the 90s, or was that one of our Facebook questions?
Dude, I don't even know.
Oh, 90s feel good movies was the last question we put on Facebook.
Yeah. And
thanks for commenting, everybody. We had a lot of fun.
But yeah, this time it's, what was your top three favorite 2021?
Any category, just
any category. I said Last Night in Soho, Pig, and French Dispatch. That was a good movie. I don't know if it's a top three. I mean, Hollywood Kills.
I haven't seen French.
It's pretty good. New Wes Anderson, though. Everyone's in the middle frame. Same thing.
I like it.
Bill Murray's still in it.
It's so funny. We're talking Bill Murray's a legend. We're talking about so many directors today that like you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. Like you're either with Kevin Smith or against him.
Yeah,
Tarantino, Rodriguez, Wes Anderson. These are very neat, stylized views on cinema.
Yeah, like we have that moron friend that's probably going to listen to this. That's like he hates fucking Royal Tenenbaums, and I just never understood that. You should not. How do you hate that?
That's one of my. I love that movie. That movie is so rewatchable. It's so funny.
You're a moron if you're listening. But no, I get why he hates it, but it's just, dude, it's just such a good fucking movie.
I don't
understand, but I understand.
It's either you're on board or you're not. It's that simple. Yeah, but write to us, comment, email us. Let us know what you think about Red State. If you haven't seen it, do us a favor, go to the website, check it out. We'll keep it up for you. It's totally worth a watch. John Goodman is astounding. It's the whole thing is a total trip.
I agree.
Next week.
That's what I have to say about that. What's next week? I'm not going to say anything this time. At the same time, you're.
Last go to the end of the fucking Cock Awards. It took us 18 minutes.
It took us
I forgot.
Post credits.
I think I forgot, and you were like, "Hey, idiot."
Yeah, that was
after the fireworks and everything.
Train wreck.
We got dressed up for that award show.
I looked fine.
You looked.
I looked
beautiful.
like a 6 out of 10. It was great.
You gotta get some. That's what you think of yourself dressed up as a 6 out of 10?
Let's do it.
You looked lovely.
All right. It's a challenge.
Next week, we've got a heavy hitter.
Let me guess.
This movie scared the shit out of me.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon.
No way.
Yes. Event Horizon.
Fuck yes.
Woo!
Piss my pants.
Oh.
Because I'm excited and that movie messes me up still. It's so good.
Put on your sexy socks. It's time to watch Event Horizon. Thank you guys for your requests. Keep requesting. It's totally free. kingsofkill.com. My name is Zach.
Hey, I'm Steven. How you
Did you just have a stroke? You okay?
I'm Steven. Goodbye.
Thanks, killers. We are
the Kings of Kill. Da, 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 da.
That is not the music.